Hey, good afternoon. Meteorologist Shawn Cable here in the First Alert Weather Center. And first thing, it was a bitterly, brutally cold morning here across the region. We dropped to 13 below zero in Mankato, 15 below Waseca, Owatonna 17 below. Out west, it was even colder, 20 below in Windham, 21 below zero in Worthington this morning. Spencer, Iowa, 20 below zero. Marshall at 20 below zero. Sioux Falls all the way down to 23 below zero. And it can always be worse. Look at this, 35 below in International Falls, Big Fork 33 below. So up in northern Minnesota, that was quite a bit colder. Bismarck down to 31 below. And get used to it. It's not going to be that cold, but we are heading into a long stretch of days with below zero morning lows and single-digit highs. Today, Friday, will be the exception, up to 25 ahead of our next system moving in. But other than that, we are going to be cold here for quite a while. And speaking of our next system, we are expecting some snow as we make our way from Friday about midday through Saturday. We have a system that's going to kick through, and it's actually going to come in a couple of rounds. First round Friday afternoon and evening, and that's going to be primarily Minnesota, Wisconsin. And then the second round is going to kick through Friday night through Saturday, and that's going to be mostly Iowa and again into Wisconsin. That's where some of those heavier amounts are going to be. Now, a couple of issues. First of all, there's going to be more dry air with this one, so that could cut back on potential snow totals. And we're still kind of watching to see where this is going to track and where the initial snow bands are going to develop. And once we kind of get a little closer and fine-tune those little facts, I think we'll have a little bit of an adjustment to this map. But as of right now, I'm thinking around an inch or so in the Mankato, North Mankato area with heavier amounts east of I-35, Rochester, Mason City, even down to Algona, there could be 2 to 4 inches. And then as you go way off toward La Crosse into Wisconsin, that's where we could end up with 4 to 6 plus inches of snow with this system by the time everything is over and done with. Let's go through it. Sunshine will continue through this afternoon as we head into the late night hours tonight into Friday morning. A few flurries. Now, keep in mind, these initial bands that you see here, Friday morning at 10 o'clock, noon, that's going to be very light snow, if any snow at all. And again, there's dry air aloft 4,000 or 5,000 feet up, and that moisture is going to evaporate before some of the snow makes it to the ground. But we could see some flurries by late morning on Friday into Friday afternoon. Everything will continue to develop and move east. You can see that the heavier bands are going to be along and east of I-35 with this first round. We may see a little more kick in on Friday evening, and then another band of snow is going to develop down to the south. And this one is primarily going to impact locations in Iowa. But Algona, we're going to be kind of right on the cusp of that, so we may see some of those higher amounts there, kind of that line from Albert Lee to Storm Lake, Algona. That's a little bit of a question mark depending on how that second round is going to impact you. We may see 3 to 4 plus inches down there, but if that second round is a little further south and east, we may be limited to what we get mostly from that first round. So this is something we're going to be watching very closely here. But again, the Mankato area, we're talking an inch, maybe 2 if we see some of that snow develop a little further west here on Friday. Stay with us for updates. We will be watching everything very closely, and we'll have more as we roll into the weekend. Other than that, this is a bitterly, brutally cold 10-day forecast. Single-digit highs. Look at this. Every day except for Saturday morning and Saturday morning. Below zero low temperatures, and we have a good chunk of next week where we will have those lows dropping into the teens below zero. There is also another system we're going to be watching on Monday. This one's going to move across South Dakota and could bring some light snow to locations south and west of Mankato. But at this point, I don't think that one's going to be a major issue for southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. But we will be watching that as well. And I'll have updates as we move along. So stay with us for the very latest. And, of course, more tonight on KEYC News Now at 5, 6, and again at 10. We are here live and local for you here from our studios in Mankato. That's it for now. Hope you have a great day, and do me a favor and stay warm.